Hi, welcome to Bamfordrose and another question of the week. We're with an early DB9. This is 04 DB9, and it's going to talk about something that we've brushed upon in the past, which is the dreaded DB9 engine tick, and just go over this once more. Just to put some VIN numbers for car and engine numbers into it. So firstly, the dreaded DB9 tick is something that happens at idle, and you'll hear the engine making this cyclic ticking sound. And it's not top end, it's not valve train, it's not crank, it's the piston in the liner, and it's because the liner has worn oval, and as the piston reaches top dead center, the piston is rattling inside the liner. It could be a little bit of small end bearing noise as well, but I think the wear in the piston and the liner causes the small end to wear, and always when you have a ticking engine you both have a worn oval liner and a small end bearing wear. But anyway, it predominantly happens on early DB9s, and what we're talking about here is roughly VIN number 1800 onwards, because this is the cut-off point from a Cosworth built engine to an Aston Martin engine plant AMEP in Cologne built engine. On the side of the engine, just round about cylinder 1112 on the passenger side, there's the engine number, or on the water pump alternator bracket, it's there. And a standard DB9 is going to start AM04. If then the first number is a 1, it's an AMEP built engine. If it's AM04, then a 0, this is a Cosworth built engine. Now, I'm not saying that the dreaded tick is isolated to the Cosworth engines, but it does appear to happen on the earlier chassis. There's no rhyme or reason for this happening. I've known cars that have been nursed along and they've developed a tick. I know cars that have been thrashed and never developed a tick. And also, I'm not condemning these early chassis number DB9s. There's some great cars in well kept condition out there, and I'm certainly not condemning them. What this is about is, if you're purchasing a car, this is about identifying whether you're purchasing a car that has a problem engine, and then you're going to have to spend the money on the rebuild, which would typically be £15,000 to £20,000. So what you want to do at point of purchase is develop the tick, and this is all about getting as much heat above the piston as you can, and then at that point the tick will be most evident. So get the engine up to about 2,000, 3,000 RPM for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's going to seem a long time in the car, but that's what you need to do. Obviously coolant is going to be fully warm before you start this. Do that acceleration constantly for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then drop it down to idle. And immediately, the point that you drop it down to idle, if the engine is going to develop this sound, you're going to hear this distinctive metallic cyclic ticking sound. If you can pop your head just back from the driver's wheel underneath the car, you're going to hear it most there, and likewise on the passenger side, hear it most there. I don't think it happens so much on later VINs, because there were quite a few components that were revised, and maybe in that crossover from Cosworth to AMEP, some material on the block was changed, the liner was changed, and this is why the liners don't wear oval. We can't delve into that any more than what we know by observing which engines fail. All we need to be concerned with is, if you're at point of purchase, doing the test to satisfy yourself you're not buying a car that's going to lumber you with a big expense bill.